Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Authentic Info Podcast. I'm your host, Admas Sandelchuk. Now, cowards or cowardized political parties are trying to form coalition before we even vote for them. They see that they are not going to win. They see that they are not there will be nothing in 2024, and they want to jointly work together. Why don't they join one political party and be one? We must be careful, when it comes to these political parties who are willing to go on to negotiation tables to discuss our votes before we even cast them. It's a disgrace. Why don't they trust themselves to that extent of saying that we will discuss this after the elections if needs be? So they are not prepared enough to win. They are not prepared enough to lead alone. They want to jointly work for their handlers. And I think it exposes them because it means that these people are getting money from one pot. These people are being cooked by one pot. These people have one handler and they are told to work together. It seems like the handler is now stretched. It seems like the handler is now scared. So they are told to go and work together. And in 2024, they must be prepared to co-govern. What type of political party does that? It is an embarrassment, on our side as voters. We are expected to cast votes for political parties that we wish must win with an outright majority, not for a political party that must go and form a coalition with a political party that I don't like. So we must be careful of these politicians who are negotiating or who agreed for this moonshot peg, proposed by the DA. And I saw the ANC saying that, proposing that if there is a coalition, the party with the majority in the coalition must lead, must decide. It doesn't make sense because they know that they are going to drop, and it might happen that they could go into coalition with other political parties, and they still want to control even if the people are eating them out. Even if the people are voting them out. A political party like the ANC should not be given a chance to lead. What is happening in Joburg, I think makes sense to take the list within the coalition and make it the leader of the metro. I think that makes sense because people are trying an alternative, and the number one is dropping. So the political party that is dropping, it means that people have lost interest and they are trying other alternatives. That is why there are so many political parties in South Africa. And it has become very difficult to see which political leader is there for the people and who is there for himself or to enrich himself and friends. But we must be careful of political parties that in 2023 are planning to go and co-govern after 2024 elections and do away with their political ideology and their manifesto and their mandate from their conferences. They want to do away with that because these ideologies are different and their mandates are different. People vote for you. They give you a mandate to go and represent them and help solve their problems and improve, their environment and situations. But it seems like these leaders from DA, even Gayton McKenzie of PA is saying that if they are willing to include the removal of or dealing with illegal immigrants and things like that, is willing to talk with the DA and things like that. So it means that these parties are cooked, from the same pot. Even the Herman Mashar was saying, if DA is not going to listen to to ANC, is going to work with them. What type of leadership is that? I understand that after elections they have to work together, but they can't plan to work together. They must plan and campaign to win and to outrightly so, to be number one, and go and implement their manifesto. That is very important because we vote for these political parties based on the mandate that they are given by their people or us. when we elect leaders in a conference, and there is what the conference decides, which is a mandate and some policy updates or upgrades that they have to follow, that these political leaders must follow in the next coming 5 years. And number one will be winning elections, growing the party, having branches in all wards in the state, and win elections and implement the policy of the political party and ideology together. So if there are political parties which are saying that they are willing to do away with what the people who voted for them to be there have or expect. So the people on the ground expect a person like Gayton Mackenzie to go and do this and that. But when he's there at the top, he's saying that he's willing to do away with that. Because the people who put them in power, no longer mean anything to him. It means that the people who voted for him and who have joined the party and who gave him the mandate means nothing to him. And people are always accusing EFF leader Julius Malema of being a dictator because he doesn't work the way they want him to. So they say he is a dictator. Meanwhile, they are trying to dictate him on how he should work, on how he should lead the EFF. And he always refuses. So whenever there are discussions with the ANC and DA, Floyd Chibambu says these parties will always say they won't agree. So they want to understand who do they refer to when they say they. It means their handlers have given them a mandate. So they forsake the mandate of the people on the ground and choose that of their handlers. So it is proven that it is dangerous to take people's money when we want to build something because they are going to control you. And then you will be the face and you will be suffering because you will be seen to be neglecting your people and betraying the struggle. So the ANC, the DA, and all other political parties who are funded by the same handlers are saying that they are all forsaking the mandate given to them by the people and they are willing to compromise their policy and work together with each other so as to lead South Africa. So to me, it means that these political parties have made their calculations and they know that they are not growing, they are declining, they are going down. And they don't want to accept that and they don't want to work on that. The only thing that they do is that they want to jointly work together to try and defeat the EFF because it seems like it is the only political party that has shown growth in South Africa recently. So it seems like these political parties, including the ANC, are working together to try and destroy or to try and win elections in 2024. Actually, not to win, but to work together after losing elections in 2024 and form a majority out of minority. So the AFF has disagreed. The AFF has, they didn't even pull out. They didn't even form part of those negotiations. So they disagreed. They take the mandate of the people. They're going into 2024 without any promises of coalition. And which means they are willing to win South Africa outrightly. And we have seen, decisive actions being taken by the EFF, like dealing with the 400 councillors who have failed to deliver buses to carry the masses to their 10 years anniversary in FNB Stadium. So they don't care whether it's few months to go. If you are there and doing nothing, idling, you are a dangerous mind. You are the devil's work ground. So they have to deal with you. So they show that they are very organized and they are willing to work with people who are willing to work. I think the EFF is the only political party where you can join today and tomorrow you become something there. For as long as they can see that you are coming with something and you have some skills and knowledge and some capabilities, you will be given a chance to work. You won't wait for 20 years or to be something else. So this is a problem because people see that as an opportunity they go there, to take positions, but when they are given a mandate, they fail and they don't want to be chased. So it is easy for them to be chased because it was easy for them to occupy those positions. This is Authentic Info Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment, let's share and grow together. Subscribe. Let's subscribe. Thank you.
This is not radio. Entrepreneurship.
Are you making money out of this? So they robbed you. Bags of money involves some.
Authentic Info Podcast.
Are you saying that there's no hell and there's no heaven?
You talk about your childhood.
Music, art, religious talks, all in one on Authentic Info Podcast.